All right, welcome. Oops.
I always do that. I was just listening to your music. My biggest. All right. Let's start the show. Awesome.
All right, that happens like once a week. It does, because I listen to the guest their songs on those speakers there before they get here, and then I forget to turn the speakers off. But
You say it happens all the time, though.
happens at least once a week. So if you tune in every day here, folks, you'll see me do that once a week. I always forget to turn off the speakers. But welcome to the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. Very exciting show tonight. We got Rocky Maverick here.
Yeah.
Yes, and big show. If you're still tuned in, the Halloween Bash at Pops tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. Tomorrow.
Look at the lineup right there. You got my buddy Q Baby going to be on.
Dope.
Talk about some other people going to be on that show.
You got Suna Aki. She's new, up and coming, but very dope. You know, you also got YMAEA, I believe. He's very dope, man. He's been winning like all type of contests out in Atlanta and stuff like that. You got GA Bars.
Oh,
she's
man.
on her.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? GA, me and GA got a song together, you know what I'm saying? That's sis. So yeah, man, it's dope. It's gonna be lit.
That's awesome. I seen you perform at Pops for the Streets Are Icy with Frost Money and EJ Carter, and I tell you what, man, you turned it up on stage. That was a hell of a show.
Yeah, man, like the whole night was just dope, and then like I got an opportunity to actually be on like other people's sets. So they kinda like gave me a little more, you know, shine. Like, you know, people got to see me like on my set, then I was on Frost set, then I was also on EJ set as well. So it was like I was like on stage all night.
So you've worked with all those guys, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you find yourself being featured a lot on a lot of artists more than the stuff you're putting out, or do you is it kind of equal?
I mean, it's kind of equal. I mean, as of lately, I've been kind of want to work with different people. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can get in the middle of working on something, and then, you know, it doesn't ever get made or stuff like that. But for the most part, it's like I'll hear a song, and if I want to get somebody on it, I'll like, hey, I got something, what you think? You know, and it just goes like that. So it's kind of natural. But I would say like my features and solo songs, I'm probably like 50-50 for real, to be honest, if I think about it. Because I got my first album, I didn't have any features on it at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then so my second one, I had some, and then the next one was called Dolo, and it didn't have any features on it. So now I've been doing a lot of them like lately, because I dropped 41, which was in March, and then now I just dropped the Rocky Maverick Horror Show today. So
yeah, I was listening to it before you got here on those speakers, and it's a great album.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
and
it.
like let me pull up the shot here of the promo. It definitely caught my attention. The photo for the promo here. Let me see if I'll try to find it here. Let's see if we can find the photos. I'll find it. But I'm looking for it. Here's your Facebook page. How does it work to be featured? So are you guys all kind of like working at the same studio, then the people are coming through, or so you got to, you know, get people to come to your studio, you go to the other studios?
I'm a busy person, so no.
Yeah.
What usually happens is, like, I can make something up, and then I'll send it to you in a voice memo, or if I went to the studio and I put down the hook and the verse already, I'll just send it to you, and you're like, all right, cool. Person to write it up, you know what I'm saying? They'll send me the voice memo, you know, give me a reference track of how it sounds, and I'm like, all right, cool, let's go with that. Now let's go to the studio and make it work. So half of the time, most of the time, no, I'm not with them what they make. I don't even say half of the time. I'm gonna say a lot, like 90% of the time, I'm not with the artists when they create what they make.
Oh, I got you. You just send it over or something like that.
Exactly. We just work from our own, you know, friendly confines of our homes, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Like, but it kind of works better because, like I said, I'm very busy, so it's hard for me, like, to just be like getting up with people and putting our collective heads together and making songs together. You know what I'm saying? We just kind of like know what sounds good, go from there, and build on it.
Know what the subject matter is, and I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Well, here's the photo that caught my attention: the Rocky Maverick Horror Show.
Dope.
Okay. Question is, who did the makeup? Because whoever did that was like,
I hate if I say her name. I'm sorry, but I think it's Cherie Smith. She's actually I met her through Stefan Urkel or whatever. So she did my makeup, and the person who took the pictures was Mike Bland, also known as Elevated Eyes. So it was like a collective thing, you know. So she did the makeup, he did the pictures, and then I had my graphics guy make up the, you know what I'm saying, everything.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece, work of art.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
it's awesome. Yeah. Walking around with one eye though probably was tough to.
You know what? It's a funny story.
Yeah.
So we was at Utopia Studios when we did that, and then so I left something in my car after that. She put the makeup on and stuff like that. So I had to go outside and grab something. And as I'm coming in, as I'm coming like through the door, like out, a lady was trying to get in. I guess she couldn't get in because it was like locked.
Right.
And when she saw me, she was like, "Oh shit!" She like jumped and she was like tripping.
She thought you got like.
Nah, she was like, "Oh my god, your makeup looks so good," because you scared the shit out of me.
Right.
I'm like, and so I'm like, yeah.
People probably thought you got like in a car accident or something. You're trying to look for a phone or something. Yeah.
It was just funny.
Yeah.
So I got somebody on mistake. I didn't even trying to. I was just trying to go outside and grab something. I had the stuff on my face still.
Right.
Can you curse on here?
Yeah, you can
Oh
curse.
no, thank you. Okay,
can
I just
curse,
wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
I was like,
you can say
I
whatever
almost
you
was
want,
like censoring myself. I feel
No,
like.
uncensor away, uncensor away.
You heard my music. I'm terrible.
Yeah, no, I was just about to get into that. So your music, you got a lot of different sounds, and you do a variety of different types of music. One of the videos you sent over, which I was listening to earlier, is this live performance that you did. So we're just going to kind of, we can talk over if you want, or you can just kind of, if we want to just, play just all the way through, whatever you want to do. But if you kind of want to narrate what's going on, but this is what.
So yeah, like
thank y'all for your purchase.
we kind of made the name of the band up funny. We just made that up. Black Bottles is
Okay.
It just came up with.
Feel like it's been a long journey.
But yeah, that's
or something, you know
Belle
what I'm saying?
Dara. She's very popular.
But for
She's
real,
like,
I'm just
to
getting
me,
started,
the
you know?
best violinist I've ever heard. She does a great job. So I hired her, and she made everything kind of come to light with the band that I got. Brandon Peoples was on the drums.
You got Justice on the vocals there.
Yeah, Justice on the vocals. Yes.
She's been on the podcast.
Oh, she has. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Justice is very popular, more than she knows.
Yeah. She's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I met her only like a few months ago, man, and we just started making music, and
Yeah.
like I wrote this song. The other song that she's on, she wrote it.
Okay.
That she sang on, I think 6 a.m. She wrote that,
Yeah,
but I wrote this whole song.
I think she just had an album come out. It's really good.
Yes,
definitely
very
check
good.
that out. Check that out, Justice LaRue. So, but talk about how it is playing with a live band, because it must be a lot different than doing just some to a track, right?
Yeah, because you just gotta get a collective of people together. So it's like, you want to do rehearsals and things like that, and everybody's different. So you're just working with different people and personalities and egos and whatever like that,
Right.
which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Stefan Urkel, because he was one of the first people that I got to sit in on one of his rehearsals when he had a band, and I got to see the things that he was experiencing,
Right.
and how he handled them, and in a way, and that helped me out. You know what I'm saying? Like with because not everything goes good or just bad. You know what I'm saying? Of
Right.
course, it's kind of so you have some things that happen, and you're like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? So just like at rehearsal, we were doing rehearsal, and I something happened where the laptop fell, and then we had just transferred some files over, but my USB port, my flash drive broke in it.
Oh shit! Wow.
And so I had did all of these, what you want to call show mixes and stuff.
Right.
And so the 3 that I had gave to him in that 30-second, span had went away. Like, it broke. And then like when we looked, he was like, "Oh man, I didn't save it." So it's like not on my computer. I'm like, so I had to go back home and do it over again. Then everything on there was like all of the music that I kind of had, but I can get that back. Like my engineer is solid.
Right.
But it was just like crazy, because it was like, what can go wrong will go wrong. It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah,
Well, just like at the beginning of the show, there's always with the live stuff. There's
There you
always some
go.
kind of
Exactly.
technical
So-
stuff that happens. And
Yeah.
I always like the kind of the live kind of rawness. We do comedy and we do it live in front of an audience, and it's you can rehearse as much as you want, but once that audience is there or you have other elements going on, it's just it's a different kind of feel.
That's what makes it a live show. That's what makes it good.
Yeah,
you just never know.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna play some more video. Let's play a little bit from the horror track that you have here. I see that you got Telly. Telly's a fantastic music video director, and he's done a couple of your videos too. I see.
Yeah, that one right there was done by Elevated Eyes. This one is done by Telly. Yeah, me and Stefan, we got together on this one because we were both in the freshman class. What that was I can't remember. It was 2020 maybe. Yeah, but yeah.
But you're
you know. Oh. Yeah, 20. Sorry. But yeah, we both made that list, and then so that was the reason why we made the song Red Shirt Freshman, because of the fact that, like, you know, COVID hit, and it was like we really couldn't do, like, it was like that whole year was like an off year for us.
Right.
You know, so then we was like, yo, man, like, we should say, instead of it being freshman class, we should say Red Shirt Freshman, because it's like it was like we didn't really get the ball out because, you know, like, COVID hit, but now we back. So it was like, he was like, you know what, that's dope, let's do that. So we ran off of that, and that's how we did this. And
you've done a couple features, you and Stefan, right? You guys
no, this is we only got one.
Oh, you only okay,
one
I
and
saw
only.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this is it's a big record, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's kind of I think when you do music like that, you make a song that good, you kind of get synonymous with people. It just is what it is, you know. So, like, it's a good record.
It's a great song. I was listening to it earlier, and but just both of your guys is like you guys go great together with both of you guys on the same track.
Yeah, you know, we wrote the song together in my backyard, like in my driveway.
Oh, really?
So yeah, he came through. I hopped in the whip, and I was like, all right, so how we gonna do? I'm like, man, look, we just gonna, you know, like, what you got in mind? And he's like, I kind of got this, and I'm like, boom, okay. So he had the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I said, all right, boom. I said, well, how about we do a thing where we just go back and forth then? I said, you got 8 bars, I'll put another with it.
Yeah.
Like, cool. And then it was like, all right, let's do 4. And then you do like 8, and then you do another 4. You know, we just like messing with it, you know, and then it just happened. Like, and then once we got to like the end part, we both just did like long ass 6. We did like a whole nother verse, you know, 16s. So that was like, all right, cool. Boom. I'll write that. You got your part. Boom. That's cool. So like, we wrote that song that whole day. So I mean, that one night. So yeah.
So when you get a song done, what is it that makes it like just the audience reaction? What's like, because you have more songs than you have videos. So what makes a song good for a video? What's so great? You know,
that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's about vision. I think any song could probably have a video to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So sometimes you might not be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? So if you do a stripper song, of course, you're like, oh, I get strippers. You know,
right? Well, that'd be a good visual.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You talk about a song about killing a bunch of your ops, you can just go get some guns and have it all right. But you know, it's different when you can have a song and then you say, okay, I want to have certain backgrounds and certain artistic feel to make the record come out more. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just about that. Like, even though, like, for instance, 16 in a Stick, it is a hood video with the guns and stuff like that, but like, artistically, the song is just like crazy. So it's like, while you're listening to it, it's like, yeah, I see that, but like, you guys like want more of it. It's crazy because like everybody be like, don't make the record. I mean, like, don't make the video with all the guns and stuff in it. Like, you should do that like that. And then you make the record, and it's like your biggest record,
right?
Because that's my biggest record.
Why do they tell you not to do with the guns? Because
I mean, people want to be politically correct when really they really don't give a shit about that. They just want to look good or sound good.
Right.
So really, like, they'll say that on like Facebook or something like that. They'll be like, oh man, like, this shitty music and the music's killing the kids and shit like that. And then you make the record, it's like that. Hey man, 16 to Stick, that's my favorite song. Like, oh really?
Right. Well, you get the hypocrites, because especially when you're getting successful and doing something that, you know, I don't know.
It's just something that I was like, because I didn't, when I did the record, I mean, I thought I wanted to do well, but I didn't know it was gonna like that. So I'm like, I thought maybe I would get like kickback, like, oh man, you did a song with all them guns in it, and man, that even it's like. This is man, it's the best shit you ever done.
Right.
Like literally, like so. It's like, you know, you can't blame the person who do it. You know, that's why they do it.
Right. How did you like get started? When did you start doing music? When did you really start getting like real serious about that? You start putting your music out and start, you know, trying to.
When I got serious. I mean, I've been creating music all the way up into high school. Well, yeah, I started in high school, but I wasn't really like serious about it. I was just creating. I was doing poetry, and then one of my friends was like, bro, you should rap. And I was like, all right, cool. And of course you start rapping and you're shitty. You know what I'm saying? You know, you go get a studio, it's shitty. You know, you make cool records. And I thought the stuff we were doing, I can't say I was making shitty stuff compared to what I'm doing now. That's just how you feel. You know what I'm saying? You just like I mean, and I'm just a transparent person. Like I listen to the stuff I have, like it was cool. But the reason that I am better in what I'm doing now is because everything I do is on a professional level. So I was doing my own thing with the studio, but I really wasn't like buying equipment and all of the plugins and, you know, all the stuff that it takes to really have a solid studio. And I really wasn't teaching myself. I kind of had a method that I was just kind of using, you know what I'm saying, and doing.
Right.
And I was an artist, so it's like, yeah, I'm an artist. I'm like, I don't want to dive too much into trying to be an engineer because I'm really trying to rap. You know what I'm saying? So now the fact that I go to a studio and I got to worry about that, that's, way better. So I got a professional engineer to handle that. You get your professional, videographer and stuff like that. It's like the money you spend in is what you get back usually. You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest thing I did. But I've been creating for a while. The first record I probably bought out though was like, what was that? Red Light Horror. It probably was like around 2012.
Oh wow, shit, yeah.
Yeah, so a while. Yeah, so like I had been on the scene and checking people out. Like I used to go and pop up to places like Blank Space, all of those joints, Cicero when it was open. Yeah. I mean, I think Cicero's what it's called. Yeah, so I had shows there before and stuff like that too, but just soaking the game up, you know what I'm saying? Because as much as you think you're ready for something, you don't be, you know what I'm saying? So then you think, you're around people that are seasoned, you know what I'm saying? And you're new, you're raw. That's what that means. Like you're raw, they're seasoned, like they're ready. Right. You're not. So so I used to just like go to shows and watch people, so I see what they do, maybe add something to my performance, but have my own, way of what I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to be original. You never want to do something somebody else is doing. So, during 2012 and now, like I dropped the album in 2017, which did pretty well. But when you get married and shit like that in the same year that you drop I dropped the album in like March or April, and then I got married in June. My wife was like, because I remember she was like, don't spend no more money on that album. I was like, all right, let me go ahead and just bring this shit out.
Right. She took over the bills right there.
Like, it's like, nope. Yeah, so, and hey, okay, you know.
Right, but I think the biggest problem with a lot of people that want to do just any type of art form, there's people that just don't want to like invest any of their own personal money into it at the beginning, and no matter what, you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to go. And,
I mean, either that or just be relying on someone else, or just be a bad rapper.
Yeah, but even then, when you get that free work, though, it's not as going to be probably. I'm just saying, as good as if you're paying for.
No, it never is.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I mean, maybe you got a manager with money. Maybe you got a record label. Right. You sign. There's guys that are out here that probably sign a deal just for record. I mean, for studio time.
Yeah,
it happens.
I know it happens a lot.
So I don't know, but hey,
how many? I heard somebody say on the podcast, like to master something, you got to put like 10,000 hours into that craft. How many hours you think you put into it, or years it took you to finally where you got to the point? Was it 2017 when you're like totally confident about like the stuff you're putting out? Like you talked about the album in 2012, but like when did you feel like that you're I guess a player in St. Louis? You can fuck with people and do some things.
Now, honestly, now, yeah. Like, I mean, anything I did before then wasn't much of nothing. I mean, and even now, this, like, the approach is just to get better all the time, man, and just keep going. So I can't diminish what I'm doing now, but like, it's like I want to do something bigger and better, and go. Right. So it's like, yeah, like 2017 was cool. Like, people knew of me. It wasn't like it was a big thing. Like, oh, I gotta listen to this dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, maybe it switched around COVID time for sure. I know when COVID first hit, that's when I kind of was, right before COVID hit, I was kind of getting like a little snowball that was trying to come into an avalanche. And then, COVID hit, and then I was the person who was like, okay. And shout out to my dude, EJ Carter, my nigga EJ Carter. Yeah. He like, hey, bro, make a bunch of videos. It's time to, like, put shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's always been, like, internet king, you know what I'm saying? Like, he does that.
Propane,
so
man.
I'm like, you know what? Yeah, exactly. So it's like, all right, cool. So I was dropping a video every month during COVID. I think I dropped like 8 videos in a row.
Wow.
Every month. And I was dropping, if it wasn't a video, it was a new song, a single, it was something all the time. So when I stopped dropping music like that, my friends got like spoiled. They were like, hey man, what new music at? I'm like, shit, give me new music all the time. Like, I literally probably I put a post up, I can't remember, but I probably recorded or made like 70 songs in the last, brought out. I'm not made, I mean, literally they're out. I bought them out like 70 songs in the last 2 years. Like, my work ethic is there. So that's what I'm saying. Like, now, yeah, like, people, now they fucking with me now. Like, yeah, now, you know what I'm saying? But, and even now, it's still not enough people fucking with me. So I can still do more.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but now if I'm saying I'm a player in the game, I probably am, you know what I'm saying? I'm very humble, you know what I'm saying, about my shit. I'd rather, like, leave it on record, like, I'm that type of guy. You'll never hear me say, I'm the best, or I'm this thing. That shit's corny,
No, I get that about you. But you definitely, I mean, you caught, from my opinion, from what I hear, I hear everything through people coming through the show and stuff, but you definitely caught fire, I would say, in the last 4 or 5 months. Your name has been said on this podcast a lot of times. I was saying that before I think the podcast started, but what is this? This is your first headlining show? This one at Pops?
First headlining.
So how did that come about? So just doing a show and they approached you, or how did you, because this is being on Halloween weekends, a huge date, especially for a Pops.
Yeah, I kind of politicked a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah, like, it was, what happened was, like, I met Frost Money. Shout out to Frost Money, man.
Yeah, Frost Money's great.
I'm not just a great promoter, also a great friend, man. We've gotten very close over the last month or so, just putting all this together and stuff. So shout out to my guy. What I'll say is, we already been talking about a headliner at one point, and he was like, okay, cool, I got you. And it was like right before COVID and stuff. And then he was like, okay, no. He was like, I got a co-headliner for you. At one point, I was like, I don't want a co-headline anyway. I was like, well, if I'm a headline, I want to just headline. He was like, all right, cool, I feel that. So boom, we didn't do that. Yeah. So then he was like, all right, cool, I think I got something for you. Boom. And then as soon as we had something going, COVID hit. So like, boom, like, oh, crazy. So like, boom. So then after Frost Night and all of that, and kind of saw Pops opening back up and all of that, me personally, I just like always thinking steps ahead. Mm-hmm. So it was like around August, maybe August. I'm like, yo, what's up? What you doing? What you got going on for Halloween? He's like, yo, I mean, I think that might be open. And then he was like, he pitched it to me. What you got? I told him what I had. He was like, you know what? It kind of makes sense. Like, it makes a lot of sense. He was like, yeah. He was like, all right, cool. So he didn't really say yeah, and I was like, okay, cool. And then so I kind of like was like, I was seeing him. I was like, yo, like hunching, like, he was like, yo, I got you, like I got you, like that. Yeah. So then, like, when September kind of rolled around like that, he like, yeah, bro, boom, 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 we in like that. So it's like everything had to ramp up because I had all this stuff in my mind that I wanted to do with the makeup and drop the album and stuff. So I mean, relentless time,
So
all these dollars and money.
was this album? So did you start making the album then, or did you have some of this stuff already?
I'm always in the
can?
studio.
Yeah.
Like at one point, I was in the studio at least making a song a month. So I mean,
I'm gonna play a little bit for the audience here so they can see the.
yeah, like you make a song, you make songs, you have them, and then you say, "Oh, I want to do a project." Get a dope intro, and then you got an album.
Right.
And you make it around that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, like I'm always just kind of recording. I'm actually gonna take a break from recording. I'm not gonna record for about a good 4 months, 6 months. I don't really want to write anything.
So you're just going to be kind of doing live performances, pushing the kind
performances,
of promotions and stuff like that.
Merchandise, promo. Got some people that I just need to be doing some business with, you know. So just trying to get to a bag. Like you can get caught up in creating too much, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I got hella music, so it's like, and I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I had got behind. So it was like, you know, I did something in 2017, then I did drop another album into 2020.
Right.
So it was like I almost was like not gonna do it anymore. A lot of different circumstances.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but stuff started working out, and you know, it just kind of happened. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wasn't. When at the Dead Red, I was like, well, okay, cool. I'm like, oh, you know what? It's all right. And I was like focused on other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then my producer was like nudging me, you know, like, dude, come on, like nudging me, like, you know, the guy just like, dude, come on. I'm like,
right,
fuck it, all right, come on, man, let's do it. Like, you know, and then it was like the best thing I've done.
Yeah,
I'm glad he did.
You got a great sound, you really do, and
yeah,
I mean that a lot.
Thank you, man.
And
took a long time to get in perfect. That's what I'm saying. It does take a long time. Like I said, I've been rapping since high school. So like all of the stuff is kind of a mesh of putting stuff together, and like that's why I say like on all songs I never really sound the same. I feel like because I'm always trying to make a record. So if I hear a song, it's like I got a few styles. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, you know, so it's like,
right,
boom, I'm going to come like this on this, or I'm going to use my style like that. And then, like, my cadence and voice always changing, you know what I'm saying? So that was just like, just trying to make myself sound original because I didn't, you know, like, you know, when you first start rapping, you can get in the mode of sounding like people that you like, you know what I'm saying?
I hear that a lot, yeah. I hear that a lot, yeah.
It's just natural, you know, you start liking music because somebody inspired you. So what's the first thing you're going to do? You're going to try to make something like they
tracks,
would. Exactly.
Yeah,
you're going to write something to their stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I said growing as an artist takes a long time to where people come up to you and say, "Oh, bro, don't nobody sound like you." Or, "Man, when I hear your music, I know it's you." Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I get now. It's like, bro, you're distinct. Like, when I hear that, oh, yeah, I know, like, that's nobody else can hit it like you. Nobody does yours. You know what I'm saying? Boom. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was even, like, not something that I was trying to make a staple of who I was. Like, that shit just happened because I was saying it a bunch of times on records a lot, and then it just caught on and people like it. Like, like, love it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I didn't think that was going to be it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, like, so, hey, you never know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's songs that you probably created that people, you probably thought maybe this song was not going to do as well as it did, and people kind of like crowd favorites kind of deal.
Yeah, you can do that. Happens.
Yeah.
You know, my wife, she listens to all my stuff, so, you know what I'm saying, she like most of it all, but she always has, like, you know, the favorites. But then you always have somebody who will throw you off and be like, "You like that record?" I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah,
I mean, I didn't expect, or maybe you didn't expect them to like that record. You know what I'm saying? It's like, "Oh, okay, I thought you would have liked the girl record." And like, no, I like that record about this, that, and the fourth. So, yeah, it happens, you know what I'm saying? But then you also got to listen to your fans, you know, so sometimes you might be stubborn, like, you know, you want this to stick.
Yeah.
But then sometimes your fans gotta be like, "Hey, look, you know, like, this is my record." Like, I think that happened like with you know, his name is MC Keem now, but it was Hakeem the Dream back then.
Okay.
He had the damn, she know she thick with it. That song.
Yeah.
He said he didn't think that was like his record, but people kept telling him like, "Dude, that's my shit. You should like that." And he like listened to him and he brought it out. He said he didn't really think that was like it. That was the one. Thank God that he listened to his fans and he brought it out and he did what he did, because now it's like a St. Louis cult classic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
EJ Carter was on the podcast and he was talking. He went on tour with, I forgot the guy's name, but he was on tour with
Lil Flip?
Lil Flip,
Yeah.
But Lil Flip was telling him that it's just, if you can make one great song, you could eat off that for life. You know?
It's the truth.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some people make fun of one-hit wonders,
But they're still eating. Yeah.
I'd rather be a one-hit wonder than a no-hit wonder.
Right.
I'd rather be that guy. That guy like, oh man, you remember that one song? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And usually they don't even be the case. Usually they have one big record and they still got some good music or stuff like that. Like it's a number of reasons why people fall off. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
It's you know how that go. You know what I'm saying. Just being a musician.
Yeah.
So like the people don't know that. It's like, oh, he fell off. I'm like, all right, whatever. You know. So fuck that. I'd rather be. I want a record. I need one.
Yeah. we got
We gonna make that happen.
So the Rocky Maverick Horror Show is out now. Here's on the Apple Music Apple, so you can actually buy these here. So
yeah, man.
So definitely,
it's everywhere, man.
So definitely check it on. You're on Spotify and all those things as well. Yeah.
That's why I listen to my music.
You go Spotify. I was
I'm a
wondering,
Spotify guy.
people that have it on like iTunes and where do you think you get most of the revenue from the different platforms out there?
My run is more Spotify, but like, you know, it just matters if you got an iPhone. And some people use Apple. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I got an iPhone and I don't use the Apple thing. I use Spotify. It's just easier for me because I got my wife uses it. We got the family plan. So boom, you know, I just like Spotify and Tidal just janky to me. So
I do the YouTube music, but I always gotta listen to the ads because I'm cheap. But that's my thing.
Hey man, ain't no wrong with it, man.
So for the horror show tomorrow night, what's some other things going on? Is there gonna be like a costume contest, any kind of type
definitely.
of things?
Giving out $100. I'm trying to make my mind up. It's gonna be $100 for one person, or is it gonna be like 50 for first, 30 for second, and 20 for third, something like that. So we'll make all that up on the fly, but it's definitely gonna be $100 worth of money given out,
right, for
the costume.
Yeah.
I'll have some gifts and some things I'll be giving out too. So, actually, yes, get there early. Like the first 120 or 100 people, not like the first 100 people, definitely gonna get some Rocky Maverick merchandise. You know what I'm saying, for the freebie, for the free 99.
Yeah. What type of what's the type of merchandise that you sell for yourself? Like,
well, right now I'm just actually getting started in that. That's why I was saying I got to get to it. You know what I'm saying? So right now, of course, the face masks are a big thing. So people doing that. So, but I'm doing it like N95 masks with logos on it. Got wristbands here. I actually got one on right here. So it's got like my hashtag. Then it's got my logo. And then it's got my Linktree account where you can find my music at. So definitely get that. Like, this is cheap, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even charge anybody for that. Just give it to them, you know what I mean? Yeah, so just stuff that, like, when you see it, it'll like you remember of me. So if you got it around, you were like, oh, Rocky, you know what I'm saying? It's just there, you know what I'm saying? So you might keep my music on your shit longer, or you might like, oh, when he drops, oh, you know what, I'm gonna go listen to that again, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely getting some shirts. It's hoodie time, so stuff like that, man. That's what I'm saying. Like I gotta go into hibernation and just recoup, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then go ahead and come, with the merchandise and stuff like that, and just get on to, like I said, furthering my career on just a different level, because you can get caught up in creating too much and just not. I think sometimes you get stagnant, you know what I'm saying, in that process.
I had somebody tell me that, because I'm kind of like in content mode right now. I'm producing a couple of shows a day, but my friend was saying, like, you need to like just kind of take a break for a second and just get into the marketing mode, or get into a certain type of mode to get sponsors. So it's almost like, because we're being a creative mind, it's a different type of you got to switch your brain over to the other side or whatever and do that business stuff, which sucks. But if you're going to make it creatively, you're going to have to do that.
Right, and that's why it's important to have a team. So like your guy, he on point. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to have him in his mindset and you in yours. And then that way y'all can come together and then meet in the middle and be like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? How we gonna quarterback it and do all of that? Like nothing great gets done by itself. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if nobody else ever said it or whatever. They probably said it better than me, but whatever.
What type of, so your team, like so you got you got good videographer, your producer,
well, your team is who you pretty much employ most of the time.
Yeah.
But also you have different parts of your team, so you got to be, I gotta say that because you have people that do stuff for you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, me and Trap, we've been knowing each other since 2012. My guy's a great guy, you know what I'm saying, and everything. He's a phenomenal producer. He can do more than just hip hop, more than just R&B. He can do EDM. He was a DJ and all those things like that. Unfortunately, during our relationship, he had got incarcerated, twice, maybe even 3 times. I can't remember. Like, he was in and out.
Right.
So that was the thing. Like, I was buying beats from him when I met him. He had them so cheap, and I'm like, I met him through Fruity Loop King too. I gotta say that too. You know who Fruity Loop King is?
Yeah, he's been on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So shout out to Fruity Loop King. I met him through Fruity Loop King because he had a camp going on, and then I had tapped in with Trap because he just had some affordable ass beats, and they was just so hard. I'm like, dude, I gotta work with you. And so I was like buying beats every week and shit. Like I had finally got like a really good job. You doing well and shit. You got a girl, she doing well. I'm just spending money on beats. I'm buying beats like I'm He like, oh man, exclusives cost. Oh man, go ahead. I'll spend that 150. Come on, boom. And that's cheap. And he was just doing it because he was it was just like boom. I was buying so much stuff. And then once he saw what I did with it with Black Cat, and he was like, dude, I did not know you was finna like do that with that. He was like, okay, we got to keep working. But then, like, he had got locked up, and I was like, fuck. And then, so, like, I was like, fuck it, man. Producer going, I really ain't motivated. I'm cool. He got out, he's gun blazing. He like, bro, come on, let's go. And that's what I'm saying. Right. He was nudging me like, come on. And I'm like, I'm not trying to buy no more beats. He's like, no, you don't have to buy any more beats. Let's just work together. And so I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm just finna flood you. And so we just started doing stuff. And then in the middle of that, got locked up again. So I was like, shit. So right before we about to drop, and I was like, fuck. I'm like, shit. And so I'm like, cool. And so I held him down, you know what I'm saying? The way I was supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Talk to him at least once a week, you know what I'm saying? Kept in touch with him, let him know what's going on the outside, all of that. He was letting me know what's going on because COVID was crazy. He had got out like around, he was still in like kind of when COVID was going on. Like when it first like hit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like bro, I can't wait till I think it's November 13th. That's when my guy can like actually get out the crib and get out, like walk around and do like he been on house arrest. So yeah, we gonna kick it. Like I'm going down to Indiana. He ain't even from here. I'm going to Indiana. We gonna rock. It's gonna be crazy. Like
Awesome.
I hope he's listening. It's gonna be crazy.
Get some more beats from him and stuff before he gets locked up again. I'm just kidding.
Oh no, that ain't happening. Yeah, nah, my guy ain't going back to jail no more ever again. Like that's the point. Now he's off. He'll be off of papers in November 13th. So no, like that's what I'm saying.
Good.
Like
that's good.
Very. And then you know what? When you're around somebody for so long, or you've been knowing somebody for so long, and then now that we've been through so much and I held him down through what he was going through, and then he held me down by believing in my career.
Right.
It's like, okay, you really get to know someone. So like the person that he was when I first met him, he didn't even want me to get to know him because I'm pretty sure he knew who the type of person he was. He was going through some things. So now the person that he is now and who he's transformed and made himself into is like now, like I can call him and we can talk any day, or it's like it's not a deal. He's living a different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can say I see the progression in the things that he was and isn't doing now. You know what I'm saying? So, let him know that's dope. That's crazy because it's not easy to change.
No. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to Trap, man.
Yeah. Let's see what we can pull up here. I want to play one more. Your other one that you dropped this year too is a really good music video. I want to show to the audience here. shoot. So what time do the doors open?
Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8.
Do you have the lineup how you're going to do it, or you kind of?
Nah, that kind of we leave it up to Frost.
Oh, okay.
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. I just show up and entertain. I let him and his his people do that. That's actually not my page.
Okay.
That's just the one that they do when you've been putting up. You put in Rocky Maverick, it should come up.
Talk about just like Frost and what he's done just for the St. Louis music scene, because I think some people don't give him the credit that's due, because he's helped so many people's career and launched so many different types of artists here in St. Louis, and just the generosity that he does, because he could just do his own shows or whatever, but he's always trying to help out the other artists, and I think that's
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that stuff all the time, and my sentiments and stuff is like, whenever you're doing something good or anything great, you're gonna have pushback. It's just life. It's not. So I mean, you can't, like, even as nice and as dope as Frost is always gonna be it's gonna be conflict. You're dealing with all these different people and you're doing stuff.
And
exactly.
Yeah,
so no matter how dope you are and the best you are, you know what I'm saying, motherfucker gonna find something to nitpick at, to find, make a small thing big.
Right.
Anything. So
right. No matter what, you can give everybody something they're not going to be happy about, some little thing or some little show or something. Some kind of
I'll
thing.
say this, like, Frost is reached big dog status. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like to a point where I feel like he brought a diversity to the promoting spectrum. So, you have your Titans, you know what I'm saying, your OGs, the Raboos, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Great guy, great promoter. He puts on great shows and does good things. I don't know who be doing the shows out in Ambassador and stuff like that and doing things like that, but you got a lot of, it's just different. It's always it's different lanes and different spectrums within, like, you got a rainbow and it's like all different colors in it.
Yeah.
But these people they put on different shows, or they have a different angle on how it goes. So it's like it's different but same. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to get the same result. You're trying to get people to come out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course. But what I feel with Frost is that he started giving people that you probably wouldn't, like, he gave some underdogs, chances, or people that you probably wouldn't know of, able to get on different stages that wasn't available.
Well, a lot of first show artists or first show is on a Frost show, something he helped out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm saying, like, I'm just a humble dude, period. So I always feel like I'm indebted to people that do things for me that they don't have to. So, like, as far as Frost, like, I'm indebted to him, man. Like, that's my dude. Like, when I got on one of the shows that I did with him, I had my shit together. I was organized. Everything was dope. He was like, damn, bro. Like, he was like, you're Rocky Maverick. I'm like, yeah, because I had all these people with these shirts on. I had it, like, organized and stuff, and everybody came in my shirts, and he was like, dude, it's dope. He said, I think I got something else we can work on. And then the next time when we did that, I killed it. You know what I'm saying? And then the next time he saw me again, I was somewhere else killing it. So it was like, he really was like, bro, we got to get you out more. So it's like, yeah, man, like, Frost really helped me out, just like he helped out a whole bunch of people in the way he's doing now. You know what I'm saying? My thing is tell him, like, everybody can get uncomfortable when people do what the fuck they want to do. So, like, if I, like, you could be like, yeah, you should do this. Oh, man, you shouldn't be letting people do this or do that or like that. Like, no, I do what the fuck I want to do. And some people don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So it's like, some people not going to like you. Some people are, and it's cool. This is how it goes. I know it's some people that don't like me. I know they don't. I don't know if they going to say it or come to me about it or say it, but I don't like everybody.
Well, yeah, I get that too. I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now this shit natural. This is just people being humans. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a young kid, man, I ain't get it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't never been around a person as a child and you was like, and a motherfucker just didn't like you and you didn't get it, you was like, why the fuck they don't like me like that? Now you're older, you get it, because now you kind of like, I meet people and I can just, it don't matter what they've, it ain't no right or wrong to it, but I'm like, I really don't like that guy. Like, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him. I'm gonna, he might not even never know it until I get to know him. Because I've had some people that I've had bad, like, I don't know if I really like this dude. And then sit down and get to know him, or crack a beer or smoke a blunt, and then they like really cool people.
Yeah.
You ever work with a person and you hated them at work, but then you ran into them at a club or out somewhere like that, and they were like a dope ass individual, but he still was ass at work. Like, you hated him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just levels. It just be like that. You know what I'm saying? There's some guys that suck at rap, and I like them more, and I'll hang out with them. And there's some guys that can rap their ass off, but their personalities are fucking shit.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be around.
I get people that kind of like. There's certain people I don't like, but if my thing is with the network, if they're doing something productive in St. Louis and they're hustling and they're doing their thing, I'm going to promote them no matter what. No, I'm gonna put my feelings over here.
Yeah.
For the professional thing, but am I going to go fucking eat with them, or am I going to go?
Nope, hell no.
Yeah.
Trust me, I've done it before. I've had to work in video shoots with people that I really just didn't feel like doing it with, or that I'm like, oh, they doing it. Oh, fuck, okay, I got to do that. You know?
Right.
And and certain stuff don't even be just on no personal bullshit. Like you know, stuff be getting back to you about stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then you can't really say no. You got to really just be like, you know how the energy be. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Like, I'm always going to be professional about my shit until I ain't got to, until you make me have not to. Right. Trust me, man. Like, so it's all good. I'm not a tough guy, but I'm somewhere in the middle. Right. Definitely.
Right. Yeah. I feel you on that. So the show starts tomorrow you said doors open at 7?
Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8.
Yes, and so definitely if you got nothing going on tomorrow for Halloween, this would be a great show to go to at Pops, and it's going to be a hell of a lineup.
Yeah.
Rocky Maverick's going to be headlining, going to be great.
Yeah, man. Like the vibes is crazy. You know, I'm a nice guy, man. Like I'm a mixture of I'm a great rapper and have a great personality. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you wouldn't mind hanging around me, man. The vibes are gonna be crazy. You feel me?
Well, you're also a great performer, because when the streets might be icy show. I mean, damn. Like I was saying before we started the podcast, it was all those great artists, but like definitely when you went out there on stage, the whole dance floor and everybody was up on stage.
It looked like it was. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I remember coming in and it was a nice crowd or whatever like that. So then, like, hitting the stage, I was one of the earlier acts. It was like 9:45 maybe, or like 9:30ish or something like that. Yeah. So that's kind of like in between, like that. So I really felt like I set the tempo. You know what I'm saying? It was like, boom, came through, really set the tempo at a high level, and everybody else was like, okay, let's maintain that, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? And it was like it was turned from there. You know what I'm saying? Then I got back on stage again, and it was like crazy. Like anytime I perform with Frost, you gotta be on point, because Frost he be
bringing those dancers out.
Dancers, he got the hula hoops, he got the blow up dolls and shit. He got all that shit. You know what I'm saying? He humping the air. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I be trying to match energy, and just do dope shit. I'm hella small, so just be running around moving.
Did you plan that out when you're doing your performance? Is that
I mean,
certain things?
As of lately, moments? I've been like rehearsing. Because then I got this big show, and I've got a 30-minute set, so it's like, I gotta rehearse. You know what I'm saying? So it's like now when you rehearse, you start to realize like, okay, I was doing some of this stuff sporadically. Let me take some of the sporadicness in it and make it like, organized. You know what I'm saying? So you start to take what you're doing in a song. You might be saying, you're flexing, you're doing that. So when you do that, you flex. You might say long arm of the law. You take you stick your arm out. You're actually reenacting what you're saying in the music. You know what I'm saying? So when the person hear it, they also I mean, they can visualize it too, but you're also doing the visual of it. So that's, you know, and then me personally, I'm rapping all of my lyrics. So I don't have a hype man, I don't know none of that. And then I'm not skipping lines all through the thing. Like, I'm rapping every bar and I'm going. So imagine doing that and then moving all around with that. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of energy exertion.
Right.
That's why I'm usually sweating like shit when I get off stage.
So your lyrics aren't embedded with the beat, so you're actually
most of the time not. Like, it just matters. Like, most of the time when I go to the studio, I always get a performance track made. Especially if I think I'm gonna perform something. Sometimes it ain't like that. Sometimes you like now, like I got a lot of people that's on my is gonna be on stage with me on my headliner. People like Preach, Tank the Machine, EJ
shit.
Carter, Hazy P, Sadie Sadies.
Holy
You know what I'm
shit,
saying?
wow.
So like I got all these people. Like I got a damn near fucking all-star headliner, people that's gonna be on the stage just with me already performing. So it's like with that, it's just. Yeah, like you got to be. I had to do I had to do rehearsals with everybody. So we got together. I think we did like 4 rehearsals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So all those people are coming out for your main act tomorrow night?
Yeah. Yep.
Holy
yep. So,
shit.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So like with that being said, like that's what we were saying. So like with that being said, like you don't have a show mix for everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to get Tank on, but I didn't have a show mix for it. But it's cool. Like we're gonna chop it up. I made a show mix, chop it up, but it still got some vocals over it.
Yeah.
But we're gonna rock it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever like that. I think like with this performance, I know that in the beginning, like I'll say about 60 to 75% of this show doesn't have lyrics on it. I'm gonna be doing all back. But what you saw at Streets May Be Icy,
Yeah.
I didn't have any lyrics on my set.
I noticed that.
None at all.
And I think that it's made you stand out because I didn't know who you were before that show, and I was
Okay.
like, and I was like, who's that guy? And then people were talking about it,
Okay.
talking about you. So then I researched who you were, and so yeah, it definitely made you stand out. I think
That's dope. See,
Yeah.
now there you go. Now it's like every song. See, now like when Press is like, oh man, you're not gonna perform this song. I'm like, you know what? Nope. Let me take back the clip that Matt said. I need a performance because it makes me stand. There you go. You got to do it, man. Like, and people don't think people listening or paying attention to that. But I'll say this: even if you're rapping on top of your lyrics, at least rap. Like, most of the time people when they rapping on top of their lyrics, they get hella lazy, and they just like letting it go and play and shit. Like they don't even, you're like, damn, I could listen to one fucking song in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it gonna sound better than you fucking up over it all day.
Right.
Like, so like, man, you gotta be ready. Like,
you gotta be trained too. So I mean, you gotta
Yeah, like
saying rehearse because that's a lot of breath, right? A lot of oxygen to go through a whole set. Doing every
you know
song,
what's weird, and I like one of my bros say he don't listen to his music. I find that to be like, and I think I know what he mean. I know he listen to it like sometimes, but he don't like listen to his music. Like I have one day because I do like Grubhub and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have one day out of the week because I'm always in my car. At least 1 or 2 days out of the week, I'm not playing nothing but my shit. When I'm in Spotify. So I put my Spotify, I got a playlist that got every song I got on that motherfucker.
Right.
I put that bitch on shuffle. I've been in the car for 8, 9 to 10 hours that day. I'm finna listen to my shit all
And you
day.
You practice. And
I'm listening to my shit. I'm practicing it because I got so many songs with people. I gotta know this shit. You know what I'm saying? I can't go up there and not know it. Because I got songs with a lot of motherfuckers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, performing with Stefan Urkel and the song that we got, like, that's not a fucking song that like I can't be forgetting what what to say. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like and then like I mean we're doing that shit. And I didn't even mention him. Yeah, he's on my shit. So he's on my set. We're doing Red Shirt Freshman on my joint. Ain't no lyrics going behind that. We going straight in. You know what I'm saying? Like So like yeah, man. Like it is what it is. I'm glad that people take notice of stuff and see the artistry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it.
Trying to do,
I really do. I enjoy having you guys on and talking about just the creation of how you guys create this stuff. And I don't have a music background. All I do just video stuff. But I just find it fascinating. So I'm always intrigued by by all you guys and the talent that you have.
Yes, sir.
But before we leave, I told you to get you out here at 10 o'clock. I appreciate you coming on a Friday night. I know you're a busy guy. You got the show tomorrow night.
Yes, sir. About to go home and get everything ready. You know what I'm saying?
So, but for the audience out there, if you got nothing going on, tomorrow night at Pops, Halloween Bash featuring Rocky Maverick.
Oh, yeah.
And he just let us in. There's going to be, you got Preach, you got EJ Carter.
EJ Carter, Stefan Urkel,
Yeah.
G.A. Barr is gonna be on my set. Hazy P, you know, it's gonna be nuts. Justice LaRue, she will be in the building.
Oh.
She will be on my set.
So
Yeah,
there you go. So you're gonna get man. All the All Stars of St. Louis are gonna
There
be
you
there
go,
tomorrow
man.
night. Yeah,
Like, man, and I want to say shout out to Justice, man. She has been so great in helping me out with everything. So I want to give her flowers, let her know that couldn't have done none of the stuff that we're doing and brought when you see the performance and the level that it is, she helped me so much with it. So like, you know what I'm saying, I gotta give her props on that. I appreciate her. I couldn't have done it without her, man.
And that's a great live video too. That's really unique too. And so I really enjoyed watching that today. So definitely check out that video. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. Check him out on Spotify. Buy that new album on iTunes or Spotify. Give him some love. Rocky Maverick, folks. He's here.
Yeah.
So his show tomorrow night. All right. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Go beast.
420 brand clothing.